Hi everybody, what's happening? It's Skippy, your old pal. What's going down? Good to see you again. Glad you could make it. I'm gonna talk about this. This is my favorite picture. This is best picture ever taken of me, mind you. I mean, this used to hang up at the Comedy Store for years, and I put it right where it was as soon as I got made a paid regular at the Comedy Store. I was told that I could have a spot on the wall, and I had picked out my spot. There was Andrew Dice Clay right here, Sam Kinison right here. And I wanted to be the guy keeping them separate. But that was where Eddie Griffin's headshot was. And Eddie already had like 5 or 6 headshots around the Comedy Store. So I go to the manager. He goes, hey, where do you want your headshot? And I wanted it right where people were waiting in line to get tickets. You know, I wanted to get some exposure. And that's exactly where it was. As soon as you walked up the stairs to the original room, it was right there. If you look to your right, there's me hanging out with Dice and Kinison. I remember the manager goes, because when it was Eddie Griffin's, he goes, hey, where do you want your headshot? And I point at Eddie Griffin's. And he goes, but it's not open. And I take my elbow and I just push, push, and I rip out Eddie's headshot. And I go, it looks pretty open to me. And that's how I got my spot at the Comedy Store. They took my headshot down. They replaced it with Bill Maher, which was such a backhanded slap to the dick. Fuck the store. But anyway, yeah, if you want to see this, mugshot hanging up at the Comedy Store, you can check it out. It's in the episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, where Jerry Seinfeld takes Gary Shandling out for a ride right before he ended up passing away, unfortunately. I love Gary Shandling. This is the theme to Gary Show, the opening theme to Gary Show. Gary called me up and asked me if I'd write his theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? How do you like the theme to Gary Show? I loved it. But, alright, let's keep talking about this. Alright, how did this happen, Skippy? How did this happen? Alright, I'll tell you how it happened. I used to hang out with girls. A lot of girls. I had a lot of girlfriends. I had a lot of girlfriends. Alright, I had a lot of girlfriends growing up. I used to hang out with a lot of girls. I'm comfortable around women. I enjoy their company. I had a girlfriend. I was working at the Beehive coffee shop in Oakland, Pittsburgh, right near University of Pittsburgh and where Carnegie Mellon is. I was working there. I met this girl there. We started hooking up. And here's the thing. I was not having sex. Alright? I firmly blame that on myself. I just wasn't. The movie Kids came out, and I was terrified. I thought everybody had AIDS, and I don't know. It was in my head. But Carrie and I dated, and our last date before she moved to Bloomington, Indiana to go to college, we went on a date to Kennywood, and I brought some Marijana. I like getting high. I had a really good connect for what we called back in the 90s kind bud. Okay? You kids nowadays are spoiled. The weed we had back in the 90s was horrible, but every once in a while the Grateful Dead would come through or a Fish concert and you could score some really good bud. So, me and my girlfriend, we decided to go to Kennywood's, and I brought some weed with me, and I'm so glad I did this. I had a strip of acid, like, that had expired, and I threw it out the window, like, a few days earlier. I'm like, oh God, I'm so happy I did that. Anyhow, we go to Kennywood. Day's going good. I go, hey, we should go back to the car, get high a little bit. We go back to the car, get high a little bit, and guess what happens? The cops pull up behind us, and I'm like, fuck. Shit sucks. But anyhow, we get busted. The West Mifflin cops that are outside Kennywood treated it like it was an episode of the TV show Cops. I mean, they were, oh, look what we have here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck you, pig. They let her go after 3 hours, and she went and had sex with my coworkers. Good for her. I spent 3 days in jail. It sucked. Real bad. Yeah, I didn't have any concept of time when I was in jail. Like, it is no outside world. It's just walls. You don't have a... I didn't have it. I mean, I had to keep my pants up the whole time because I was wearing these, like, baggy shorts and they don't let you keep your belt or your shoelaces so you don't hang yourself. It sucked. I remember my wrist hurt from where they put on the handcuffs for months. Like, I have numbness in my hands. Fucking pigs. But needless to say, I ended up being released 3 days later on my own recognizance. I think that's how you say it. And that was that. I had some fines. I had like 200, almost 300 bucks worth of fines. I helped the girl that I was with pay her fines. She went to Bloomington, Indiana. I ended up hooking up with her roommate. Yay. Great. Anyway, flash to years later, my best friend becomes a cop. My best friend becomes a cop, and we go over his house for Christmas one year, and he's got a wreath hanging over his mantelpiece. And on this wreath is our entire crew, everybody that I was hanging out with. All of our mugshots were hanging on this wreath for Christmas. And that's what he gave us for Christmas, was this fucking guy. This dude in a NoFX t-shirt. Look at that. Look at that fucking guy. That's me. I was 23 and me. Yeah, it was 1995. I was 23. Yeah, whatevs. But anyhow, part of the reason why I'm in the marijuana industry out here in California is because of that incident. Because I made it my mission to try to keep people out of jail. Because I never understood why marijuana was illegal in the first place. And I found out when I did my senior thesis in college why it became illegal. But I'll save that for another video. But that's how I got my mug. I used to be pretty. Tell you what. For 52, you look fucking great, dude. I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, wow. Held up good. You know, this is what happens when you live a stress-free life. I don't give a fuck about money. I live comfortably being poor. I don't give a fuck about nothing. All I want to do is be happy. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go to Dave & Buster's. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Dave & Buster's. And I'm going to I have tons of tickets right now, so I'm going to go cash in some tickets and get myself lunch. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have me a delicious burger from Dave & Buster's, the way I always get it. I get the burger the same way I get it at In-N-Out. I get it plain. Meat, cheese, and bun. That's it. That is it. To me, that is how you tell how good a burger is at an establishment. Keep it basic, keep it simple. And what I do, I get, instead of getting French fries, because they're French fries, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of French fries. You get the garlic mashed potatoes, and you just that right onto the burger. My God, it's incredible. Meat and potatoes, I tells you. All right, now I'm stoned and hungry. All right, I'm gonna go. I think I might make another video. Who knows? Yeah, why not? It's my day. All day. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.